It's another day out here at the abandoned cemetery. We have gotten a lot of tablet stones out of the ground and up on blocks and up on grid so that we can help get them washed, cleaned, and determine what our next steps are with conservation with them. They've all got different issues and there's a lot of work to be done. We've got more of that to do today, so stay tuned. We're gonna get more of these tablets out of the ground and back up on some blocks. This is Lydia, the wife of James B-I-L-S-L-A-H-D Billsland. She passed away 1873. She was 73 years old. There's a lovely Bible here. So if we were to look straight down this line, we can sight in right exactly where the stone would go because I can see the flags here off in the distance. And if I average them right about here, yeah, right about where I'm standing seems to be about the line where those flags are at. We might get lucky. It's that really hard ground again. For time's sake, we're gonna leave this here on the wood. That's perfect, I want that out of the ground, and we can come back here and continue to probe later. I've got a whole bunch more to do, so let's get over here. So we've got a lot more to do over here. Underneath the tree is a lot. I've got one full tablet right here underneath the tree, and then I've got a whole fracture. I've got 3 different pieces, and then a multi-piece stone that's right here. So we've got 3 different headstones just right here underneath this tree. Let's start with the tablet, huh? This appears to be Jonathan W. Brunther, B-R-U-N-H-E-R, or maybe Brunner. Just want to make sure I know where the edge is on that because we've got so much that's covering it right here. I don't want to damage it. Just so you can see the height that we're working with here. There's quite a lot of stone. They're strong if we handle it in this manner, but if we rotate it and handle it across the other plane where it's thin, it has a tendency to want to break on you. So we let it sit on that corner and then we'll bring it down on this wood. There is a tiny chip. There's a little chip here in the corner, but not bad. Other than that, it's all fully intact, which is wonderful. It certainly makes me think that this was ground set rather than a keyway, but we'll still probe around. So far, we've seen a mixture of both in this cemetery, so we can certainly make some assumptions. Now, this is certainly a challenging one. I'm thinking forward as I'm excavating these because we have a tree here, this beautiful cedar tree, just gorgeous. I love cedars, but this certainly has encroached upon the stone. I'm sure it hasn't helped it any. And I don't think that this is fully repairable. But if we were to dig down next to this, we're just gonna run into roots. And that's definitely one of the challenges. But we'll get this up, we'll get it on boards. We'll follow our process and make sure that we aren't skipping anything or overlooking something. So we'll go slow, make sure we do it right. This is gorgeous. There's this massive star here, right here. I believe this is our top. Just having these two next to each other made me wonder who is who. I'm seeing George here, but I thought I saw George over here as well, which makes me wonder who's who, because there's inscriptions on 3 sides. You know, as long as we're here, let's look at some staining, and this is actually interesting. You can see just a little bit of purple staining right here and over there. That's from the berries. This cedar tree has their seeds. This is pretty common in cemeteries where you get things that'll come off from the trees and it'll stain stones, and you'll think, well, why is there purple here? But It's quite simply from the berries. Y'all can correct me in the comments. I called it a berry just because it looks like a mini blueberry, but it's a seed. I'm gonna assume it's a seed, but y'all can correct me down in the comments as to what that actually is called. It's all wrapped in root structure. Look at this. It's just bound itself all wrapped up around it. It's kind of a crude keyway here. Pretty rough. I mean, it's certainly a keyway, but not meant to be seen, that's for sure. Kind of wondering. See, here's my concern with this. Because of where the tree's at, I'm worried about the tree having grown around it or wrapped some roots around it. And so I think what we end up having to do is we need to come over here on my left side, right over here, and work on that a little bit more because it's tight. I haven't hit the bottom yet. Certainly some of the foundation, keyway, let's call it a foundation, sort of rubble, but it's still in there, and I don't want to break anything. There we go. I've been working at this for a while. I got this hole really deep. I've got a lot of rocks pulled out. Here, let me show you this too. I wasn't expecting to dig quite that much, but it ended up just kind of going and going. I was trying to spread my dirt out. Anyway, I was just happening to get more dirt and more dirt and more dirt and rocks. That's a hot mess. So what I was concerned about is true. Right here, hope you can see it. We do have some roots wrapping around the stone, so I'm going to be careful with that. This is sort of embedded right along this back side of the stone. Same thing on this side, and there's definitely some roots, but I've got a little movement here, so I'm going to try and pull it like this. Perfect. Okay, got it. It's beautiful. Looks like George Curran. I know I was talking about that before. I think it's C-U-R-R-A-N, maybe. 42 years old. So it looks like I've got a maker's mark here. W&J Outward Makery. Let's get some water and see if we can find that. This is just pure water that I'm using here. W&J Laughlin Makers. I think this is a good place to leave it for the night. The sun is going down. We've spent a couple days out here now getting these tablet stones up out of the ground on some grid, on some blocks, boards. We've got a lot more to do yet, probably about halfway done getting these out. But let's call it good here, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.